an ISTP's mentality. If you want something done, do it yourself. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing who are ISTPs based on John Beeb's, Linda Barron's, and David Kersey's theories. We will go through who is ISTP based on their cognitive functions, temperament, and interaction styles, and their core needs. ISTPs. What comes to my mind first is these movie characters. Someone like Kang Sai-bok from Squid Game. She really reminded me of what stereotypically ISTPs can be. Kang Sai-bok is a character who is extremely creative in the moment, not emotional, really action-oriented, not sensitive, but prioritizing rationality and what is in the physical. What is common with these different movie characters is that they rarely question their morality or if what they're doing is correct or good or bad, but rather they want to focus in the action. And they can be really confident with that, not overthinking much. ISTP's highest function is introverted thinking and extroverted sensing. This gives them this special kind of pessimistic mastery of the physical. Because of these functions, we might think that ISTPs are always going to gym or they care a lot about how they look and all this kind of superficial stuff. But we have to remember that that is not always the case. An ISTP would master that kind of physical hobby, but they can definitely develop their intelligent side. And some ISTPs can come across extremely nerdy. Because of their introverted thinking and extroverted sensing, they can be really good at debating because they can be pretty good in the physical environment, and yet their TI is really doing the work of the rational and the logical and being definitive. In one of my videos, I explained how extroverted and introverted each personality type is, and it was hard with ISTPs. I would say that ISTPs are one of the least awkward of the introverted types in social situations, but yet they are extremely independent and they really enjoy their alone time. They are really introverted, but they can come across really social. ISTP's third function, introverted intuition, is kind of their naive spot, the childish spot. Using their extroverted sensing, they gather the sensory information from the environment. They gather information from their experiences, from the skills and abilities they have, together to create and imagine a vision of the future, even if it would be short term. In its best, their introverted intuition can imagine how the physical would look like. For example, an ISTP who has been mastering dancing could use their introverted intuition to imagine what are the dance moves and how the dance moves could be implemented. But let's not forget that the third function can also be really naive, kind of black and white, the source of childish desires. An ISTP can also be the person who has these childish wants and desires, and sometimes, even though from the outside it looks like the ISTP knows what they're doing, it might just be a really simple, naive desire why they are doing something. They might want to try something dangerous just for the sake of trying. It might be a risk for them, but they might not recognize that risk. They might not recognize the what if scenarios that might happen, but instead just go with what feels good in the moment. ISTPs have a real blind spot for emotions. Their last function in their ego is extroverted feeling. They really deeply care for other people. They want people to respect them. If they feel like they are not being respected, then you might be pushing them towards their dark side. But ISTPs are also not good at managing emotions, not their own or other people's emotions. They might even come across as robotic. Like they don't care about emotions. Sometimes ISTPs might even belittle emotions. Like being overconfident with the fact that we don't need emotions. Let's just focus on the action. Like put the emotions away, it's not important. This is also the reason why stereotypically these ISTPs might not be really conscious of why they are doing tasks really well, but what is the end conclusion of the task? And is the task moral? Is it good actually? Is the task good or bad? Is the task right or wrong? They might be so taken by the flow of the things happening that they don't really want to, or they don't know how to stop for a while and think, is this what I want? Where is this gonna lead? And is this good for the people around me? Is this good for me? ISTPs at their best, they really care about the truth. They don't want to deal with shallow people. But because of their blind spot, they don't know what are other people's intentions. What if someone is being manipulative or have some hidden agendas towards them? Because of their extroverted intuition that is so deceiving, they do not see the risks of those situations that are not physical but abstract. Their introverted sensing critical parent as their sixth function can make them really forgetful. They might forget things that have happened, might not have a great long-term memory, might forget important anniversaries in relationship, might not see them really important. And the last function, introverted feeling demon, is the reason why emotions are not seen important. As a summary, ISTPs can master the physical reality. They have real integrity, care for the truth, and they can be really confident with their ability because they can be good at debating, good in the concrete reality. Introverted thinking as their first function wants to make logical conclusions. Their second function, extrovert sensing, focuses on the concrete and the literal. And their third function, introvert intuition, wants to narrow down towards some specific direction of the things gathered almost childishly. Already these three functions leads them to be direct in their interaction, focus on the truth and to be right in the arguments. ISTP's core needs are freedom and impact. ISTPs are extremely self-efficient. They are extremely independent. It's a good thing, but at the same time, it might be hard in relationships. They don't want to feel controlled because of their core need of freedom, and they want to impact in the world in the physical way. Napoleon said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Maybe that quote is the best at describing an ISTP's mentality. So thank you for watching and comment below what is the next type you want to hear from.